everybody! So today is the day after my last final exam. So it's April 23rd and it's 9:39 a.m. and I'm baking. I'm gonna be baking a white cake, a vanilla cake, and it's gonna be for my birthday because I don't want to spend money on a cake. The game plan: we're gonna make the cake, we're gonna put it in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then we're gonna make some strawberry jam or some sort of strawberry filling. We're gonna fill those and then we're gonna decorate it. Probably decorate tomorrow. My friends are coming over at like 12:30ish tomorrow, so I just have to get it done by then. If anything, I'm gonna make them decorate it for me because it's my birthday and I make the rules. I'm turning 20! That's not real. I can't be 20. So, I got my flour, my butter, my sugar, my eggs, my milk, baking powder, vanilla. That's basically all you need. White sugar, butter, unsalted butter, 2 large eggs, vanilla extract, all-purpose flour, baking powder, and a half cup of milk. So you want to do the dry ingredients and then you cream the butter, sugar, and eggs, and then you mix the milk and flour alternating. So 3 parts dry, 2 parts liquid. So you're gonna have the creamed mixture, right? You're gonna add the flour and then a little bit of milk and then a flour, a little bit of milk and then a flour. Mix it up, put it in a pan, bake it at 350 for 30 to 40 minutes. Here's what I have. I have this spring pan. It's about the same size as these 2 pans. So I think I'm gonna fill this halfway, that halfway, and that halfway. I have 2 pans in here, by the way. And maybe make a 3-layer cake. I don't know if that's enough batter, but then I have these little ones. So if I want to make a double batch, I can make a double batch. And then whatever's left over, I'm gonna put in these mini ones. And then frost little mini cakes. So that's the plan for today. I just finished with the flour. I'm gonna scoop out 1 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 3/4 is 3.5 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3. It's 3.5, right? So 1 + 1 is 2, and then 3/4 and 3/4 is 1.5. That was 3, right? That's 3. That's 3. And then this is a quarter. 1, 2. I'm doubling the recipe, by the way. So now our dry ingredients are done. I didn't think that half a cup of milk was going to be a lot, so then I doubled it so I can have 1 cup of milk, and then I'm hoping that everything fits in this bowl. I have a time lapse over here for later. Oh, the oven's ready, but I'm not. The half cup of unsalted butter, but since we're doing a double recipe, we're going to do 1 cup of butter. Okay, so in Canada, right, we get these bad boys. 1 of these blocks is 4 sticks of butter if you're American. So when you have these blocks of butter, they're 2 cups. 2 cups. So what you do to eyeball-ish, or like, not even eyeball it, but guesstimate and measure without actually putting butter in cups. Because like putting it in one of these, how are you gonna get it out? Like all of it out, you know? So what you do is you unwrap the whole thing, okay? And then you're gonna take a knife, butter knife, paring knife, all the knives, and split it directly in half. So now you have 2 cups of butter, right? And then if you needed half a cup, you divide that into another half. So then this is half a cup as well. If you need a 1/4 cup, you take your half cup and instead of dividing it in half, which yeah, it would work, you divide it diagonally in half. So then you have a perfect corner to corner, so you can actually divide it all the way in half pretty evenly, right? But we're not doing that, so. And that's 1 cup of butter. Just wrap it back up and stick it back in the fridge. Except I'm probably going to use this for buttercream later, so I'm not going to put it in the fridge yet. But I'm going to wash my hands. So 1 tablespoon is 15 milliliters, and a 1/4 cup is 60 milliliters. So if you needed 14, if you needed a 1/4 cup, but also you needed a tablespoon, you would divide that 1/4 cup into 4? Don't listen to me, I don't know how to do math anymore. I need a stirring utensil though. Whoever washed this did not actually wash it. Where is the spoon I like? This is good enough. You don't want to whisk yet because we're creaming the butter and sugar. So you need a wooden spoon or like a hard spoon. Okay, so we kind of got the butter mashed a bit. We're gonna cream in some sugar and we need 1 cup of white sugar for the recipe. But since we're doubling it, 2 cups. I'm hoping this goes well. I haven't baked a cake in a while. I've baked a lot of cookies, but not a lot of cakes recently. So I'm hoping this goes well. Remember, you can take your time. Just because the oven's ready doesn't mean you're ready. One of the first things I baked as a kid was cake, but I used the box mix. My mom doesn't really know how to bake either, so everything was like kind of new to her as well. So we both didn't really know what we were doing when we were baking. So when I started like asking for, oh, can you get me some flour, can you get some sugar? I want to try to bake something from scratch. She was like, sure. And then it turns out I was like pretty okay at it. And then I decided to make macarons. And most of the time it turned out like okay. They would like break on the tops of it and be really fragile. One time where I made it really good, but it was only one time because my oven is really bad. My oven's like kind of broken, so it's not reliable, but that's besides the point. We make do with what we can get. I do have a convectional oven or like an air fryer thing. Air fryer cookies, man, those are so good, so crispy, and you get like it all brown inside. It's just overall a fun time. You can bake cakes with oil too, but butter just has like a better flavor profile, especially when you're making vanilla cakes, because you want it like kind of rich. But if you want to make like a chocolate cake, it's better to have like an oil base just because it's more mild in taste, and so it actually brings out a little bit of the chocolate. So if a recipe does not call for salt, put salt in anyways. Salt enhances the sweetness. I don't know where I learned that from, but it's just something to know. I've been yapping for so long. It calls for 4 eggs. It calls for 2 eggs, but I'm gonna use 4. Crack them in one at a time so then you don't have like a bunch of stuff. Just like, it clumps a lot easier when it's more than 1 egg. So you want to mix it in a little bit at a time. You're gonna get some sort of a paste, I think. I don't know, I haven't made cake in a while. It's not my recipe. It's like one of those recipes that you get online. 3rd egg. This is what it looks like so far. I'm gonna add the last egg. Whoa! That one cracked right in half. Look at that. That's beautiful. Butter's gonna melt and solidify. The sugar is also going to melt and solidify, and that's what makes the cake structure. That's also what makes cookie structure. So if you want crispy cookies, use white sugar, and so it melts and then it kind of like caramelizes. When it solidifies, it's more like crisp. But if you want more chewy cookies, use your brown sugar base because it has molasses, and it'll end up being a little bit softer and more moist. So if you like chewy cookies, use more brown sugar ratio. If you want crispy cookies, use white sugar. I'm adding the milk now, but I'm gonna add it a little little bit at a time. Because I don't really trust it that much. Because it's already really liquidy. I'm gonna add it 1/3 of the flour. I like to bake by hand because I don't have a stand mixer, so I'm kind of used to it. If you have a stand mixer, that's fantastic for you. I don't. I have a hand mixer, but I don't really want to wash it because I have to make buttercream later. And you can't really make buttercream by hand because it takes forever. It's a very old hand mixer. It's from like at least 2010, 2012. I'm gonna grab a spatula real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna use this spatula, silicone spatula now, to clean off the edges of the spoon and the bowl and try to press out all of the clumps of butter and the clumps of flour. I forgot to add the vanilla. It says 2 teaspoons. Vanilla is vanilla. I just kind of eyeball it. Go like this. Floured. This will most likely give a really short cake, but then I can just call it a strawberry shortcake. The final thing to do, I'm gonna do it on this counter because that's last. But what you want to do is just drop it on some sort of surface to like take out the bubbles from the bottom and bring it to the top. It's flatter. I'm gonna put these in the oven for 30 minutes. 30 to 40 minutes. Hi. So I just washed all the dishes and I washed some strawberries because I'm going to start the little strawberry syrup. Not the syrup, but like the filling. So I'm gonna cube these up. The cakes have about like 8-ish minutes left. Like 6 minutes left. And I don't think they're ready yet. So I'm gonna soak these strawberries in some sugar. That's it. That's my game plan. I don't know what I'm gonna do after. I might boil it a little bit to actually make it like a jammy filling. The cakes weren't ready yet, so I put them in for another 10 minutes. 2, 3. I'm gonna put like a 1/4 cup of sugar in it. This is not a recipe. This is not real recipe. That's what the cakes look like upside down, and they're cooling right now. And then I'm gonna wrap them up. Stick them in the freezer. Next to strawberries. Bye-bye. Strawberry syrup. Hey. I'm gonna quickly make some buttercream. Got it. So I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of milk. It's a tablespoon of milk to 1 cup of butter. 1/4 teaspoon. Vanilla. Salt. A little bit of salt. Blend it up. I'm going to level these off because they're not flat all the way. Then, woo. Egg and pipe a little circle. Just so I can keep all the filling on the inside. This is the strawberry filling that I made. Strawberries, sugar, a little bit of water, some cornstarch to thicken. Does that look good? I can't. Does it look good? It looks like a crumb coat cake.
Yep.
Oh, this is the cake. Look at it.
As well.
Cake balls. I forgot to vlog! It's blue now. Okay. Yeah, that's a duck. I'm gonna scrape it up. And then stick. And just... That's a duck. Lily pads. Okay, I'll come back when I'm done. This is my cake. I put ducks on it and flowers and lily pads. Wow. That's it for the video. Like and subscribe. See you next time. If you're seeing this in the morning, have a good day. And if you're watching this at night, have a good night.